All right, babe. The question is, how did Marcus' perspective of you change? Did he look at you differently? And did it make him feel closer or more distant because of what you were going through? You want to go pass it in?
No, I got it. I don't think I looked at you any differently. At first, I felt sorry for you, and I felt bad because this happened to you at a young age, and also you were pregnant at the time. But you showed me as time went along that you were real strong, and you was taking the situation better than a lot of us that was receiving it.
Right.
And so, by you being strong, that just allowed me to be strong for you. So.
That's good. Did it make you feel closer or like more distant to me? Did you feel like we got closer through this situation?
Well, at first, neither one of us knew how to really deal with it.
Yeah.
So we couldn't really connect with each other on how to talk about the situation or even deal with it. So, but as time went along, I feel like things got better between us, and we was there for each other more, and we were just a stronger couple.
Yeah. Did you ever feel scared about what I was going through? Like when I told you, were you scared? Were you ever scared?
Yes. In the beginning, yes, because I didn't know what to expect. But once I got a clear knowledge of how the treatments were going to go and the procedures were going to go, it gave me a more clear mind. And
it was easier.
Yeah.
The question for me was, how hard was it to deal with going through chemo and also having a baby? And for me, it wasn't so hard because I had a really big support system. My grandma came from Philadelphia, and she stayed with me the whole time that I was going through chemo, and she watched the baby. And I also had my mom, my brother, my cousin that was living with us. I had so many people that it made it so much easier. It was hard because when you do chemo for 3 days, you can't like kiss anyone, or he couldn't be in the same bathroom that I was in. He would have to take a bath somewhere else. That was kind of difficult, but it was nothing really compared to what other people might go through. The question is, how did I stay so positive and grounded? I feel like the way you looked at this situation kind of determined everything. I knew that if I was going into chemo thinking that it was the worst thing possible that could have happened to me, and why me, then it would have gone so much worse. I know that my mentality is what helped me keep going. Like, I knew that this wasn't going to be, I knew it was temporary. I knew it wasn't going to be a lifelong thing, and I knew that the actual chemo and the radiation was temporary. So I would just count down the days. Every time I did a chemo, I would check it off my list, and that's what kept me focused, like knowing that there was going to be an end to the treatment. Someone asked, how was Marcus during this whole process? I feel like Marcus did a really good job for, like both of us, we came into this not knowing anything at all about chemo, cancer, radiation, any of that. And I feel like he dealt with it the best that he possibly could. Since he was deployed, I knew it was harder for him because he wasn't physically here to see what I was going through. And like one of my family members told me that I would downplay, that's how you say it, right? Like downplay a lot of things. Like I wouldn't make it seem such as big of a deal to Marcus, like as it really was, I guess. I would just try to keep him calm, or just like, I don't want him to worry so much about what I was going through, but I just wanted him to come home, and then we would deal with it from there. A question was, what was the most uplifting words Marcus ever said to you? I think that you just told me that I was taking it really well and that I was really strong and that I didn't take it like a normal person would. And just hearing that helped me and encouraged me to keep thinking like that, because it's not easy. There was days where I would get depressed, and that's also a side effect from the chemo. And he helped me a lot just to stay focused and positive, that everything was gonna end soon and it wasn't a forever type of thing, like I said. From a scale to 1 to 10, how strong was Marcus' support, and did I lose any friends during chemo? Marcus was a 10 for sure. He was even though he wasn't there physically, he was helping me mentally, yeah, and just to get through things. He was always there encouraging me and supporting me. I didn't lose any friends during chemo. I have a lot of friends that I've gotten closer to during chemo. Everybody, you can't, I don't think that you can expect things from people, because a lot of people take it differently than others. Of course, it's a hard time for you and you want everybody to be there for you, but that's not going to be the case. A lot of people just, they don't know what to do, so they just don't do anything, you know, and you can't hold that against them. It's not their fault. They just don't know, you know. But I've gotten closer with a lot of friends who were there for me through it all, that I didn't think would, you know, step up to the plate and do things for me so much. A question was, how did you balance being a new mommy and caring for the baby while also taking care of your health? Well, like I said, my grandma was there, my mom was there, they helped me.
You had a support system.
Yeah, I think like the key is to have a strong support system. I know that it's really hard to just do it alone, because it takes a toll on you, you know, physically and emotionally. And just having people there to help you, encourage you, and to uplift you is, I think, is very important, and is what helped me get through it all. Somebody asked, what were the things that held you together on the hardest days? That's for sure. On the hardest days, it was my son, like, for sure, because there was just days, as chemo kept on going, I didn't lose my hair at first, and actually I didn't even lose most of my hair till like after it, right?
I think the main thing about your whole procedure and you getting treatments, that you stay so positive.
Yeah.
Like, you stayed positive throughout the whole thing, and I think that helped you the most throughout your whole treatments and procedures, because a lot of people, they start thinking negative and things, but Jesse, you always kept a positive attitude about the whole situation.
But what about on my hardest days?
But your hardest days, that's why you had to have, that's why I felt like I had to step in and be the one to remind you why we need to get through this together, because we have a family.
I'm not gonna lie, there was days that I didn't want to go through it. I didn't want to do chemo anymore. I was just like, whatever's gonna happen to me is gonna happen to me. I mean, that's realistic, but I never let that stop me. Like, it would just be thoughts that would come into your head, because like I said, chemo makes you very depressed, and I would look into the mirror and I would look pale and gray, and I knew my hair was falling out. I just felt like I wasn't myself anymore, and I think that I was like losing myself through it, and it was important for me to not let that wrap my mind around that. Like, I try to get out of that funk. I would play music helped me a lot, and just playing with my son and knowing that I can't leave him here, you know, like, he needs a mother and I'm his mom, and I can't just leave him. So I think that's what helped me in my darkest days, was my son and my family and my support system. Has going through chemo changed your perspective? I feel like before I wasn't so sympathetic with people. Now I'm not quick to judge anyone. I care about everyone. I don't want to have problems with anyone. I feel like there's so much more to life, and like all those petty things, it doesn't matter anymore, because what's the point? What's the point of all those things? And I feel like family time and just enjoying other people's company is so precious now, and just enjoying life in general, like going traveling and doing things, experiencing life. I feel like it's super important, and sometimes we forget to value the things that we have, and we take it for granted. And I think that this has taught me that you can't be like that. So what I would say about chemo and radiation is that the treatment is hard in itself, but I think that the hardest thing that happens is how you start seeing yourself physically. And I know that for girls that can impact them a lot. And I think we don't think about life after chemo. And for me, it's harder now than it was before, because I was just doing it and I was getting it done. But now I'm having like problems. What'd you say? Like I just I'm scared that it's coming back, and I have that stuck in my mind. So I just freak myself out because I like constantly check myself, and I guess like I have like PTSD syndrome. I have nightmares about it, and I like freak out and stuff, and I have like episodes. What would you say?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think this might be the hardest part.
Yeah.
Getting over it.
Yeah.
Because it's just so fresh in your head, and like I said, there's no way we can just, I don't know how to explain it. Like, there's no rule book for this.
Yeah.
You just gotta take it one day at a time, and just have a very strong support system.
Yeah. I think that is important for people who have gone through like a traumatic experience to remind themselves like you are in control of your own life. You know, you have to stay positive, and whatever is gonna happen, we can't control it. So there's no point of stressing over it. And
Oh, I see you, girl.
There's no point in stressing over it, and that's something he tells me all the time. You don't stress over something you can't control. And whenever I have one of those like panic attacks where I think I feel something, he's like, okay, well, if that's the case, like we'll go to the doctor and we'll see. And of course there's never anything. So he just tells me like, don't stress about something you can't control, and you know, you just have to change your attitude, like change your mind. And for me personally, working out and eating healthy is what allows me to not have those episodes, I guess. I don't think about it when I'm doing things, and I have to keep myself busy constantly. But I think that that's all the questions that we have. Thank you guys so much for watching our video, and I hope that it helps somebody out there. And from a husband's point of view, you want to say anything?
Just, you know, if you know anyone that's going through the situation, try to be there to support them, because everyone takes it different ways. So, you know, some people take it better than others. So just be there and support them, and make sure you just check up on them, because there's gonna be days that they're gonna be more down than others, and they might just need that one phone call that's gonna just uplift them a little bit more.
That's very true. That's very true. Well, thank you guys so much for watching.